Have you ever wondered why some of the most commonly held beliefs about the menstrual cycle are actually misconceptions? Is it true that menstrual cycles always last 28 days? Or that you cannot get pregnant during your period? Allow us to demystify these myths and delve into the fascinating world of the menstrual cycle and ovulation. To begin with, the menstrual cycle is a natural biological process that occurs in a woman's body, preparing her for potential pregnancy. It's a monthly cycle that's regulated by hormones and involves several stages, including menstruation, the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. Let's start with menstruation, the phase most people are familiar with. This is when the uterus sheds its lining, resulting in menstrual bleeding. Contrary to popular belief, menstrual cycles don't always last 28 days. They can vary from 21 to 35 days in adults and from 21 to 45 days in young teens. Following menstruation is the follicular phase. The hypothalamus, a small region in your brain, sends signals to your pituitary gland to release follicle-stimulating hormones. These hormones stimulate the growth of follicles in the ovaries, each containing an egg. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, ovulation. This is when an egg is released from the ovary and travels down the fallopian tube. If sperm is present and fertilizes the egg, pregnancy can occur. This typically happens around the 14th day of a 28-day cycle, but remember, not all cycles are textbook perfect. Finally, we have the luteal phase. If the egg is not fertilized, it disintegrates and the uterine lining begins to shed, signaling the start of a new menstrual cycle. So, to debunk some common myths, you can indeed get pregnant during your period, especially if you have a shorter cycle. And no, menstrual cycles are not always 28 days long. They can vary greatly and still be considered normal. In summary, the menstrual cycle is a complex, hormone-driven process involving menstruation, the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. It prepares the body for potential pregnancy and is a vital part of reproductive health. Remember, understanding the intricacies of the menstrual cycle and ovulation is key to understanding the female body and reproductive health. It's time we debunk the myths and misconceptions and shed light on the truth. Knowledge is power, after all.